All right, y'all hear me? Y'all see me?
Yeah,
Yep.
they can
Yeah.
talk. I told them not to talk in the background, so they're afraid to
Oh.
answer.
Well, first, thank you very much for having me here. I understand you guys have been watching The Apprentice quite a bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, can you hear them?
Did I lose you?
No,
No.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear
Okay,
you now.
okay. We're one episode away from the finale. So they don't know
Oh,
who's
you're
going
one.
to win.
Well, I'm sure that technology, they can look it up, but I'm glad they haven't, and I won't say nothing.
Well, I think there's been a few spoilers. But a few girls.
Are you there?
I'm here. Oh, shoot, I'm going to be so mad. Oh.
You're there for a second.
Can you hear me?
Your guys' camera stalled. Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you
am
now.
so sorry.
Do you have it hardwired, or are you still on the wireless?
I do have it hardwired, but our network is not terrific.
No worries. Are you hearing me the full time when I'm talking?
Yes.
All right. Well, then if you ever fall out, I'll just keep talking.
Okay, okay. Well, we do have a few questions to ask you. I'll tell you about our class real quick. I teach entrepreneurship, and all of the kids in here are starting a business, and by the end of the year, they will have written a business plan, and they will have a business plan competition where the winner can win $200 seed money for their business. And then the winner of our class competition will go on to Charleston to compete for $3,000.
Wow.
So, at first, let me ask you, do you mind if we videotape our conversation?
Yeah, I don't mind at all. Go ahead and videotape it.
Okay, okay, good. Well, the first person that wants to ask you a question is Josh Brewer. So.
You're supposed to clap.
All right.
My name is Josh Brewer. I'm the CEO of iCharge. I sell portable iPhone chargers. My first question is, can you tell us what you've been doing since you left The Apprentice?
Yeah, so Josh, good to meet you. The question is, what have I been doing since I left The Apprentice? Well, truthfully, my life was 10 miles to the left and 10 miles to the right before The Apprentice. I'd spent most of my time mending fences or skinning my fist on something other than a contract. So I come from a very, very small town. I was born in Alaska. I was raised in Montana, and my mama was a bouncer of a bar and a truck driver. So I certainly didn't have a lot of education in business. And so right after The Apprentice had hit, I almost grew myself out of business. I run a full-service marketing management firm that invests into startup, turnaround, and growth companies. And with that, it's allowed me to get involved in real estate. It's allowed me to get involved in any type of marketing campaign there was. But right after The Apprentice, instantaneously what happened was my world got turned upside down. You name the people they were calling. I've had, I don't know, you guys probably know this guy. I had Jay-Z call me, want me to run some marketing for him. I had a lady named Beyonce. Had all these famous people call and either ask me to, I've met with them, I've negotiated with them, I've been kicked out by the likes of, you name it, whether it's Jay-Z, Donald Trump, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Carlos Sims. Like I said, I've met with, negotiated with, or been kicked out by them all. But what I ended up doing is I ended up coming back home ultimately and decided that in order to be the entrepreneur that I need to be, I need to master the art of saying no. Not the art of saying yes, but the art of saying no. And I've learned that I have to stick to what I'm good at and not try to do what other people are. Otherwise, I was going to lose my business. So when The Apprentice had ended, I wanted to say yes to everything because it was exciting, because all these people would call up. And I really almost lost my business because of that. And so first I started mastering the art of saying no. This thing I did is I went back and I looked at what my MVP is. And for me, MVP is mission, vision, and purpose. So what was my mission? What's my mission in business? What's my mission in life? What's my mission to my family? What's my vision? What do I envision me being? How do I be that best that I can be? And then what's my purpose? What's my purpose? Is my purpose, if your purpose is for supplying, what your purpose is plugins?
Yeah.
So be the best at that. Be the best at that. Don't try to do anything else, and you really focus on that. And so and I worked on my mission, my vision, and my purpose. But instantaneously after the apprentice, it was, you name it, was Manhattan to Mongolia. I was flying all over the world, and I was meeting crazy people and doing crazy things. But I ultimately came back home and said, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't want to be a celebrity. I'm focused on my business. So today we have a very successful business, which is still what we do, which is the McClain Companies, full service marketing, communication, business management firm that focuses on startup, turnaround, and growth companies.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, that was great. Joseph Long wants to speak with you now.
Great.
Hello, my name is Joseph Long. My business is the High School Connection. I sell custom high school t-shirts. And my question for you is, what do you believe makes a great entrepreneur?
All right. Well, first of all, Joseph, a couple to share with you. My best friend was a guy named Joe Long, which is Joseph Long. So you're already off to a good start. And my very first business in high school was selling T-shirts. So you're off to two good starts. What do I think makes a good entrepreneur? I think what makes a good entrepreneur is vision. Is to have the vision and the foresight to be ahead of the game. I think it's not just one thing. I think it's a combination of many things. Vision, integrity, competitive nature, and compassion. Without those things, you really aren't the entrepreneur. An entrepreneur has vision. They can see how to solve a problem that society needs solved. They don't look for the issues. An entrepreneur looks for the resolution. So a lot of people in the corporate world will go and say, well, here's the problem why we can't do this. Here's the problem why we can't do this. And here's the problem why we can't do this. An entrepreneur will say, yes, that's the issue, but the resolution to that problem is if we do this, this, or this. So the entrepreneur is always looking for the resolution or has the vision that can see ahead. Then I think I talked about competitiveness. You got to have competitiveness. And you have to be willing to compete, and not with the other person, but with yourself. Every day I challenge myself to get up in the morning. I have the option, free will. I don't have a boss that I check in with, so I can choose to sleep in. I can choose to not work. But I'm always the first to work and the last to leave because I compete with me. The most important person you have is yourself to compete with. And if you're not willing to be a competitor, you're not willing to be an entrepreneur. You have to be the first one up. You have to be the last one to bed. The first one to come up with the vision. Compassion is also extremely important in business. You have to be compassionate. And that's kind of a duality when you have competitiveness and compassion. Because usually the competitor is like, go, 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 gotta get them. But you also have to remember that with compassion, you're able to understand the problem so that you can come up with the resolution. With compassion towards people. Not everybody is going to think like you think. Not everybody is going to feel like you feel. But there are a lot of entrepreneurial ideas surrounded around compassion. My kid sister, my baby sis, is profoundly deaf, development is delayed. My baby sis is a Special Olympian. We've been involved in the Special Olympics for 25 years. Most people have picked on her, made fun of her, called her names. And most of the time in my younger age, I thought I had to solve that with a fist. I thought I had to step up and beat people up, and that wasn't the right thing to do. What the entrepreneur did is came up with the resolution to bridge that gap of compassion. So we started doing contracts with the Special Olympics. We started teaching educational outreach programs on how to get along and how to find common ground with great people like my sister. And so we found a need and we found a resolution, and that was compassion. Yeah, I think that integrity plays into that too. My definition of integrity anyways, my definition of integrity is doing the right thing when nobody else is looking. Doing the right thing when nobody else is looking. And so it's a combination of multiple things, but I grasp instantaneously when you ask the question. Those are kind of the things that I gravitate to. Those are kind of the words. But I lead with a couple closing things. Success comes through hard work. You just got to work hard. No easy route. You got to work. It sucks. It's got to be bred own. It's got to be in your DNA. It's got to be in your structure. That you just want to do this. Some years I'm 7 figures. Other years I make nothing. And when I make nothing, I just work harder. I just keep working hard. And I just constantly find the success through hard work. And then I lead with this: past the pain. Past the pain is success. So right when it gets painful, that's when most people want to quit. Right when it hurts a little bit, or somebody's saying, that's a dumb idea, that's stupid. Don't do that. And you athletes out there, I'm an athlete, I've been a boxer and a wrestler for years, but you know this, that you got to go past the pain. And when you go past the pain, you will find success. And that makes a successful entrepreneur, in my opinion, on the quick question that you asked.
Do you believe that success drives you to compete with yourself more?
Yeah, I believe they're very symbiotic, because I want to be successful. In my definition of successful, I believe that every entrepreneur needs to define their own words. So some entrepreneurs consider success money. Other entrepreneurs consider success lifestyle. And you, as the individual entrepreneur, have to define your own definition of success, because I don't know what it is. I know what my definition is, and I lead and drive towards that. But I believe that that's what drives me to be competitive, is because I want to be successful for my family, for myself, and for everybody else around me. I should suggest to you guys, Peter F. Drucker's, and for those of you that are taking notes, write this down. Peter F. Drucker's is a great economist, famed economist that you guys should study, and you guys should look into some of his strategies. One strategy is called SMART, S-M-A-R-T. SMART is an acronym for being specific, measurable, aligned, realistic, and time-bound. I follow that strategy. So when somebody comes to me and says, Troy, I want to achieve X, Y, or Z, I want to get very specific about their goals to make sure I can help them with it. And then the M is measurability. What is the measurement? If I don't have a baseline on your business today, I can't tell you if you're successful tomorrow. So I take a baseline today. I'll give it an electrical example. A young man comes in and says, Troy, I want to bench 300 pounds. Great. Bench today. Because I don't know where you're at. I don't know if that's achievable or not. I bench nothing today. Okay? 300 pounds and 0 baseline. And alignment is the A of SMART. We got specific, we got measurability, we got alignment. Do you align with your own goals? Do you align with your own desires? Does your team that you're working with align with that? And so you want to make sure that everybody's in line with goal-specific tasks. And to come into me and say, I want to bench 300 pounds, we've never benched anything. I don't know. Is he going to align with the workout? Is he going to put in the effort? Is he going to go past the pain? I don't know. And the last thing is time. Time bound or time frame. If you don't declare a goal, or if you don't declare a deadline, your teacher does this beautiful. And every teacher does. And some of you think it's a pain in the butt, but most of you need to understand that this is grooming you to be an entrepreneur. Deadline is the most important thing to have. When somebody says your homework starts on Monday and it's due on Friday, most people go, oh, man. No, you want that. You want a deadline so you can achieve it. So I hope that answered some of your questions. I get a little long-winded, but that's what I would do. That does lead to my competition. And then I would follow SMART, specific, measurable, aligned, realistic, time-bound.
Thank you.